I'm Lori with Celebrated Occasions. We do invitations and announcements for all of life's celebrated occasions.
So tell me, why do you love doing invitations for couples?
Well, I enjoy meeting new people, and it's fun to see like what their wedding plans are going to be like, what they're looking, for their style, their theme, and then just to create something that's going to work for them to, set the tone for their wedding.
If a couple is interested in looking at invitations, how does that work? How do they contact you? Do you do a consultation? What does that look like?
So they can call me, they can reach me through my website. We do give free consultations. So they would come in, we would discuss their theme, their style, their budget, and then we would start to create and find something that's going to work for them. So we have invitations for every style, every budget, so no matter what their budget is, we can find something for them.
And you have a few books.
Yes, we have about probably 30 books, plus we also custom create stuff. So we have different cardstock colors, we have different pockets, folders, backers, and a lot of times we can pull from different sources to create the perfect invite for them, even if it comes from multiple sources.
And I know also you do envelope addressing. Can you tell me about that?
We do. If they give us their guest list, we will get it input, we'll clean it up so it's proper etiquette-wise for addressing and so forth. We'll get them a proof to look at. They'll get to choose their type font. A lot of times we can match the exact lettering style. Then we'll print all of their envelopes for them, and then we'll put them in order of their guest list. So that way when they're collating and sending all the stuff out, they can check off to make sure each person has received their invitation. And then we also have a party planner list, and that can help them keep track if they need to assign a table, what that person got them for a gift, when they send out their thank you note. So it's a great thing to have later on if they send out new address cards or they send out Christmas cards. That's everybody that's near and dear to them on one list.
So tell me, what is your why? Why do you love creating invitations? Obviously you've been doing it for a while, so you must still love it.
Well, when I was a little girl, I always wanted to own a Hallmark store. And I used to go in there and I loved to look at all the beautiful cards and all the lovely sentiments. And so in a roundabout way, I went to photography college and decided I didn't want to do that after about, 10 years or so. And so I thought, well, I really still like dealing with the cards and the pretty sayings and all of that. And so I used to manage a photography studio in Jacksonville, Florida. And when I worked with all the brides on the weddings, I just really helped them along with their invitations and so forth, and started gravitating more towards that than the wedding side of it.
When a couple is looking for to order invitations, what are the top 3 things that they need to know?
So when they come to me, they need to have a date, they need to have a location, and they need to have an idea of what their guest count is, and so, with me, it's not guest count, it's actually address count. Because if you send multiple, if you've got 5 people in a family, that's one invitation, but that could be 5 that you need to make arrangements for seating, cake, food, that sort of thing. Right. So basically they just need to have a date, a time, and a location, and how many they're going to need. And then we can go from there. If they don't have a quantity yet, we can still, as long as they have their venue locked down with a contract so they won't get bumped, as long as they have that in a date, we can always do their order and they can get back to me with a quantity after we've met and found something that they want to do.
And how early do they do save the dates and or invitations?
Well, they're going to want to mail them obviously in advance. Now if they do save the dates, sometimes people will do them 8 to 12 months in advance. If people have to put in for time off from work and so forth, they need to get that into their place of work. So they can come to me really anytime 4 to 6 months in advance.
What is the biggest advice that you would give couples that are planning a wedding?
Just enjoy it. Just take your time. I mean, it's once in a lifetime, and in the end, you're going to be married. So if something goes wrong that day, don't worry about it. In the end, you're going to be married, and that's what you need to strive for, and just think about you're marrying the love of your life.